And she wasn't even wearing her nasty pig hat.
Girl, okay.
So that's right. I got my little U.S.
Let me
Open,
get my
but hey,
little. Let me get my little.
I don't need the clothing to say I'm nasty. It's just the energy.
And thank you for that, boo. We appreciate that part of you, boo. Hey, community. Here's what's brewing today.
Pooping on a plane? Ugh.
Ask Yo Aunteas cultural nuance.
So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
Hey, welcome to Minority Report. It's Auntie Corell.
It's Auntie Dewan.
And it's Auntie Jarrell. A bitch need a haircut. That's why she got a hat on.
Right? Yeah, I've been in bed all day, so this hair looking crazy. I ain't even showered today. Don't feel good. So it is what it is. I stank.
Wait, is this one of those? Is this one of those scratch and sniff videos? Can we?
It might be. You know, maybe some people are into it. Who knows?
But, hey. Well, they say don't knock it till you try it.
I guess.
No, ma'am.
I guess. So the voice is going to be extra low today. But how y'all two doing today?
You know, we're here. Yeah, it's a day.
Mm-hmm. It's just going to be one of those episodes.
Look, the sun has risen and it will also set. Duan?
We here.
Right.
Like Celie say, thank God we here. Because today, honey, I don't know about y'all, but like today put me through it. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong today. This ain't no Mercury in retrograde. This is just life is life in today. So I didn't eat until, let's see, it's 8:47 when we're recording. And I ate literally 15 minutes ago for the first time today because it's just been that kind of a day. So
just one of those
But you know, things are done. She still has a job. She hasn't cussed anybody out. Well, that they heard. that they heard.
He had to think. He's like, hold on, let me think right quick. Nope, not on camera. Not on the Zoom, the Teams. Yeah, no, like I woke up today and was like, oh no, I do not feel good. And literally, this is the first time I got out of bed today. Well, I got out the pee. So, out the pee.
Not the technical out of bed.
Right, you know.
Or you were still in bed.
Yeah, I was still in bed. Did that. And actually, I came and had to go get my laptop, my work laptop, because there's a couple calls I had to be on. But other than that, no.
Is it just you, or is it the whole? Is it the whole household? Is
Corey was sick, and then and passed it on to me. And I thought I was in the clear because like he was sick maybe like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, okay, I ain't get sick. Cool. And then you know how you get that random, just like feeling out the blue. Like I don't know, Dewan, you don't be sick like that, but like out the blue, you get almost like maybe a little tickle or like a little random cough. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, oh no. So I started popping like zinc and vitamin C and all that, but woke up today like, oh Lord, here we go.
I know that feeling. I immediately,
worst.
Let me tell you, I get a tickle right to some ginger ale. Where my ginger ale at? and I get me that the hot Theraflu for like some tea, and I had some of that before bed, baby. If not, it is like downhill skiing. If I don't, girl, I be sloping, girl.
I be sloping, sloping to the east. I know that's right. But community, hopefully you're safe and sound out there. You're doing well, better than our day.
Look, we're gonna have a good conversation today. It's just like
absolutely
at the end of the day, all those other things happen outside of this like paradise that is the Minority Report experience. And so I have to tell you, I was looking so forward to just like seeing my Judies and having conversations with y'all, because like things can go wrong outside of, like life, but like I know this is a safe place and we're just going to have fun and kiki and laugh together. That's so I'm excited for us to talk today. Yeah.
But before that too, community, we have merch out there. So go to minorityReport.com, check out some merch. There's some new merch out there. So check that out. What else? What other?
It's always time for merch. Because let me tell you, somebody got a birthday. You know somebody whose birthday is in season, who having a birthday month, that you can be like, you know what? I know you got some funky ass people around you. So wear a t-shirt to remind them to wash the legs, wash the hands, wash the ass. So
Period. That's a true statement. And then also we're on the DNR app. So check us out on that as well. So, and check out all the podcasts on there. You know, our sisters, our Judy's over there, Gayish are over there, Marco, Tony, they're all over there as well. So check them out. But yeah, just, you know, do the due diligence. Leave us a review too if you can, if you don't mind.
And
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and our T line is open and ready for submissions.
Yes.
844-TEALINE 844-832-5463. 5463.
Yeah. Nice.
Almost got that from memory. Oh,
I know, better than me. I had to look at it every time.
Look, this the Ginkgo Biloba girl.
Girl, look. And I'm over here, but like, don't ask me. I hope this wasn't I thought this was like a pop test, like a pop quiz for a second. I was like, did I miss the text message where I was supposed to know this today?
Right. That is so funny. Yeah, so because we don't get too many of those yet, and I think people kind of forget, and I kind of forget low key. But yeah, check out the T line and leave us like a question for Ask Yo Aunteas and all that good stuff.
We like hearing y'all voices. That's what I'm talking about.
Right?
I want to hear those sexy voices.
Ooh, that'll make me feel better.
Yeah, that part.
Lord.
And nudes.
Ooh.
Well, not on the T line.
Right.
That's like Kelly Rowland texting Nelly on the
Excel.
I'm trying to send my nudes, but it won't go through the number.
Right. It's like, why won't the spreadsheet go through? Oh, that's funny. But I actually do have a question before we actually get into Ask Yo Aunteas. So the last couple of years, obviously, we've been back into the office. Obviously, well, I guess Jarrell and I maybe more so than even Dewan. But like when you travel to home base out west,
yep.
Do you guys use the bathroom at work, like for number 2?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
And the reason being is because don't nobody go to our bathrooms. Like our bathrooms are basically for us. So we get private bathrooms, and there's only 4 people on my team. I'm the only man. And so literally I get the men's bathroom. Look, but to myself. Okay.
This is a corner office bitch over here.
That part.
She walk in the bathroom, she take all her clothes off. Because ain't nobody coming.
Honey, be sweating and everything.
Right.
Look, I have gotten dressed for functions in the work bathroom though. Just been like, ain't nobody coming in, I'm good.
Right.
That's what, because I asked that just because like over time I'm like, there's certain offices that I've been in over the years that are better than others. And the one that I'm in now is actually pretty good, but I prefer a different level, a different floor than the floor I'm on.
Oh, you ain't
so
shit, literally.
I do the due diligence and go. I do the due diligence to go to a different floor because it's cleaner.
No, boo, that's the due diligence.
Right, the doo done right. I guess so, but no. Well, I do it because the men's room on my floor always be having the dudes in there, and like straight dudes are like the worst, and it's like
they'll
disgusting.
Linger in the bathroom.
They just be lingering. They be just farting up a storm. I'm like, I don't want to be hearing all this. Like so. Like if I go in, if like I'm like, ooh, I can't make it to the second floor or the other floor, or 25th floor, I'll run in there. But then if I see like, because there's 4 stalls. If I see 3 of them taken, I'm gonna be in that 4. I'm like, oh no, okay, I gotta hold and go into the other floor because I don't want to be in there in the competition, doo-dooing and boo-booing. Like it's so horrible. So I was like, oh my god, am I the only one that's this particular about where I go to the bathroom in public like that?
Nah, I wouldn't say you're that particular. Here's the thing: like, I will not use the bathroom in public for number 2. Work is the one exception, but other than that. When I tell you I have trained this body, bitch, you gonna make it to home. You gonna get your ass at home, okay?
You gonna get back to home.
Look, okay, and that's when you gonna relax all the muscles when you get there.
And your booty cheeks was like, I was waiting for you at the door.
Girl, honey, let me tell you,
that stomach start to churning.
Girl,
honey, be like,
bitch, sound like Simone Biles doing a full floor routine in my stomach. Okay, before I get to the bathroom. But
But
no,
yeah, no,
so,
I don't like going out in public either. Like, because
no.
it's a cleanliness thing for me. I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of bathrooms, especially dudes, just be so disgusting.
Mhm.
Then I'm like, what the fuck? And then instantly I see the stall. I'm like, nope. I don't gotta go that bad. My body instantly knows, no, ma'am. We could wait. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
See, I'm not ashamed that I take headphones when I go to the bathroom because I ain't trying to hear nobody fart. Okay, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't trying to hear no little droplets in the water. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Like, some of y'all be blowing out the bathroom like you at home, and I'm like, you should have held that one in. You should have
And then if
held
you
that
walk in
one
the stall,
in.
you see the splatter. And,
No, see, let me tell you. And if I can't make it home, bitch, I would power squat over that bitch. When I tell you, I would look like a sumo wrestler over this bitch, booty aims over that bitch. Okay, being like,
you said these Megan Thee Stallion knees working today.
honey.
I wonder if this is like a black thing, because I know like my mostly non-American friends don't really have a problem going to the bathroom anywhere for the most part.
Okay.
But almost every black person that I know, they predominantly, if not only, go number 2 in casa, at home, not in public anywhere.
Same.
I know very few people. Probably I can count on one hand. I'm not going to call them out, but
like the worst is like when you're at the airport. That's the worst when we're like, oh no. And there's very few airports that are like clean to the standard that I want it to be. Like, I need to find like that family restroom.
Girl, look.
Take your kids, take your dogs, take everybody in this one room. Yeah.
Period.
Baby,
because those usually a little cleaner than at least the men's restroom.
LGA is pretty good. Delta Terminal in LaGuardia, because LaGuardia has gone through a huge renovation and whatnot. It's brand spanking new. It
ain't been broken in yet.
That part.
they trying. They are trying to break it in because, honey, that airport gets a lot of use. Get a lot of use.
No, see, for me, I will put myself to sleep at an airport before going to use a bathroom. I will put myself down like a kid for a nap.
I know that's right.
Just sleep. You ain't got to poop if you sleeping.
You said, I'm going to put you to bed.
Girl,
bed. I know that's right. Yeah. There is one spot in New York, and I almost don't want to give this out.
That's your secret spot.
In all of New York City, there's one spot. I'll say it. The new Grand Central Station, if you go like way underground, since it's new, those bathrooms are like pristine still. And so if we're like wandering New York or something like that, and Corey and I figured it out last year, we're like, okay, let's go check out the new terminal or whatever down there. And we're like, oh my God, this is where you got to go to the bathroom because it's pristine. It is so clean. I'm like, okay. So I know if its stomach starts churning, if I eat a slice or two, and that pepperoni got that stomach bubbling, I know where to go.
I will share that in all of my decades of traveling, anywhere you go,
all of my decades,
anywhere you go, anywhere around the world, the best place to go to the bathroom is in a hotel. Best place.
That is true too.
Best place. That is true. You like people be trying to run to like coffee shops and whatnot. Bitch, go to a hotel. They always have a bathroom in the lobby that is always clean. Now, well, let me rephrase. You gotta go to a decent hotel. Like, don't be going to the Red Roof Inn or whatever, but like go to, but if you ain't paying to stay there, go to a restaurant, go to a hotel in the lobby. You ain't got to look at anybody. You just walk right around and look for where the check-in station is, and it's usually somewhere between the check-in station and the elevators.
The elevators.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's
and
tea. That's tea.
I'm telling you, you ain't got to be going to like finding these little, these little secret hideaways and whatnot. Oh, there's a Hilton. Go in there, do my business, and then go. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, and I've been all over the place. Like 9 times out of 10.
She said, I done boo-booed all over this world.
She been leaving her mark, literally.
Well, drop these kids off across this world.
That I really don't do. But in times of need, like when you're trying to find a place, literally go to a hotel. Go to a hotel, find some place that's like super nice or whatever. and just go in there and go to the bathroom, do your thing, and then come out and go about your day.
This is such a grown folks conversation, though. Like,
it's a
we're
word.
talking about look bowel movements. What we talking about today? Gotta go number 2, okay? Because you know what it do when it's time to do. Okay.
Do you? I was thinking about the conversation we had, some episodes ago, about like being on a plane. And Carell, I know you said you like the aisle seat because you need the leg room and then
them shoulders.
All of it, because she's 69.
She a big girl. She a big girl over here.
She's 69 inches. But at any rate, I was thinking about this because I don't go to the bathroom when I'm flying.
Like even number
rarely
1?
ever. No.
Same.
I don't go to the bathroom hardly ever. Even on like transcontinental flights, like if I'm flying like overseas, or if I'm flying from New York to like the West Coast or whatnot, generally never ever go to the bathroom. I'll go right before the plane takes off. I'll go pee, and then I get on the plane. I always, if I'm sitting with other people, I sit on the by the window, because I don't want people crawling all over me 15 million times trying to go to the bathroom and whatnot. And all I'm trying to do is, let my edible luxuriate and then watch The Matrix. So I literally sit, I always book the window seat because I don't get up. I never get up. And I don't want to be climbing over nobody. I don't want nobody climbing over me. I don't want those.
Because let a bitch roll her eyes. Let her roll her eyes because
Honey.
she got to get up because you got to go. Bitch, say something. You sat in the aisle.
Again?
We gonna see Hetty on Instagram start fights on the plane. No, I do, like, usually I have to pee because usually I'm at the airport and I'm like, okay, let me drink some water and stuff like that so I don't get off this plane dehydrated and shit. And so I know usually if it's like a quick flight, like if it's like a 2-hour flight, then usually I'm like, okay, whatever. But if it's like going from like Philly to like West Coast, there's gonna be at least a point where I'm gonna be like, okay, I need to pee, and that's another reason why I like the aisle. It just depends how much I like drink or whatever. Not even like liquor or whatever, but like beverages. But usually about juices, once. But then usually like if it's early on in the flight, then I try to make myself pee before getting off the plane, because then I don't want to go to the bathroom once I get off with like all 9,000 people on that plane. I want to get to the Uber or whatever quickly before they hijack those prices up. So usually that's my thing. It's like, okay, let me try to at least pee right before we go. Okay, we're about to descend. We're 30 minutes out or whatever they say. And then I usually make myself go to the bathroom. That way I don't have to pee once I get off.
I can actually go a whole day without using the bathroom.
Really?
I can go a whole day without using the bathroom. Honestly, when I tell you, when we flew to Paris last year, I flew the whole way there, not using the restroom a single time, and I didn't use the restroom until we got to our Airbnb. Like, easily go once in the morning and be good until it's time to go at night.
Yeah. Really interesting. Huh. No,
I probably go like if I'm traveling, I typically go like twice. I'll go first thing.
Yeah. she tried to think of her routine.
If I'm traveling, I'll usually go right before the plane leaves, depending on how early the flight is. Because usually, if it's super early, then I'll like go before I leave, and then I just get there, and then I get on the plane, and that's it. But it's usually like twice. Yeah.
Let me think.
Yeah, I'll pee like in the beginning, and then when the plane leaves, or when the plane lands. Like
I'm probably like, well, I would say like 3.5, because usually like if it's getting towards the end, I usually don't have to pee, but I try to force something out because I'm like, okay,
the little droplets.
Again, I want to get to Uber, so like, right, just really it's like drip. Sorry, a little R. Kelly reference. It's not good, but it's still funny. So usually, like, I guess I'll try to do it before I leave the house. In community, I don't know why we just tell you all our business, but it is what it is.
All our business.
Once before I leave, once before I board, and then usually maybe somewhere on the plane, I try to make myself at some point. So
I just don't like the experience.
But I won't boo-boo on it.
Look, I don't even know how you be in the bathrooms in general though, because you're a big girl though. So I know them rooms.
I
You be
don't like. I be like this,
girl,
turning around like
honey, and like because I be wondering, like obviously maybe some of the international bathrooms are larger and things like that, but like
Not
the
by
domestic
much.
ones, not by much at all. But I be looking like on like Twitter and shit, and all them dudes be like jerking off in the bathrooms. I'm like, how y'all jerking off in the bathrooms? Like there ain't that much room.
All the way back. They be leaning all. They have to be all the way back up against the other
like,
wall.
I'll be
Nothing
breaking my elbows.
Girl, you know them booty cheeks be touching the wall, and I'm like, you nasty.
No,
your body, your clothes touching the walls of those. Ain't no way.
No, ma'am. No. And I like I've never like done number 2 on a plane. I don't even know if I would be able to like because I feel like my knees would be like against the door. Like it would not be comfortable.
I think
like
I've
and then
done
you'd be
it,
trying to wipe and like oh no, it's just
before.
too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
Have you
on like a long flight like to South Korea or like where you literally don't have a
24
choice.
24-hour flights.
Girl, that's a whole damn day and
Yeah. I wonder if people take like Imodium or something like that so they don't have to.
That's a lot of work.
That is a whole lot of work, but
that's a whole lot of preparation to like, just not have to go to the bathroom on a flight though.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but
it is
if you want to share
it, it is kind of interesting that we have certain kind of aversions, because of certain things, but then like we'll all be up in the Eagle and
that's a
the
word.
sanitation is not on point, and there be booty cheeks and all kinds of like
you absolutely correct
commotions going on.
You absolutely
I don't know about this. I don't know about this we that you talking about. Okay, because if I'm not with one of you two, we won't be in any of them places. Not me.
But no, I mean, even if you're on the dance floor, you don't know what old boy that's rubbing against you was just doing 10 minutes ago.
See, that's the thing. I don't even be on the dance floor. Because y'all know I don't go to the parties. Yeah, I know y'all do. That's what I said. Unless I'm with y'all, I don't.
We be out there,
baby. We be sweating on each other, just having a good old time, dancing and singing and smiling and like twirling each other around.
Now, let me tell y'all, if it's not y'all, or another person that will pull me to the dance floor, my mama. My mama goes to the gay bars with me. She will literally be like, let's go on the dance floor. She's like, I don't care about all these naked, half-naked men out there. She be doing the splits in the middle of the floor, everything. Other than that,
see, I need to come when your mama is doing all of this shenanigans.
Rhonda will have
in the presence of that.
Y'all will see Ronnie. Y'all be like, Jarrell, you lame. Your mama get the invite now.
Right? It's like we hang up with Ronda. That's funny. Oh, the other thing I was gonna say too. At work, I have my own. Telling all my business. I have my own little dude wipes at my desk. Put it in my little drawer. I'll be, and you hear that thing, like I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go. And you hear that thing go. Rumbling, take my little wipes to the bathroom. I know they be hearing that shit, but like, oh, Pharrell going to the bathroom. It is what it is, boo.
They look at the clock and be like, yep, it's about that time.
Right.
This is one of the reasons why I love working from home, because I don't have anybody in my personal business like that. Because that's the one thing that I didn't really care for. There have been times when I've had like either an office or a cubicle that was like right next to the bathroom. And so I got to see all the people, like how frequently people were going to the bathroom. I'm like, damn, Rhonda, damn, Dave, damn, Alex,
Judy,
damn. Like,
you just go?
Right. You didn't get it all out?
Honey, I guess not.
You need to go to your primary doctor. They ain't helping.
It's like, oh, you need some Metamucil. You need some fiber in your diet.
The worst is when you see somebody that walk out of the bathroom and then do a 360 or 180 and go right back.
They gotta go right back.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that stuff would be acting up. That stuff would be acting up.
I know that's right. Shoot, even here at home, we got our own bathrooms. I got my bathroom. Fizz got his bathroom.
Corey has no boundaries when it comes to that. Corey will go where he need to go, wherever. If it's on this side, usually because there's a bathroom right under this other side of this wall. Usually I try to use that one because my office is next to it. Blah blah blah. But if Corey just happens to walk past and he gotta go, he that's the one thing. It bothers me, but anymore I'm like, it's just a fight that I ain't fighting no more. But I'm like you got 2 other bathrooms in this damn house, and you gonna destroy them all? Like, come on now, dude. Come on.
She said, "I think you pronounced christened incorrectly."
right. I'm like, oh god, because like even like my own husband, like if I gotta go like right after him, I'll go to a different bathroom. Like I don't want the toilet seat warm. I don't want to smell nothing.
Not like touching booty cheeks, girl. I mean,
I'll touch booty cheeks at other times, but not right after you boo boo. No, ma'am. No, I'm good.
Do you ever? Okay, I'm sorry, community, but this opened up.
We're really going in.
This is like a whole can of worms that we just opened up.
This conversation's been on my mind for like years. I'm like, I need to find a time to bring this up because I think about this every time I go to the bathroom at work. I think about this.
Do you ever like go into the bathroom when your partner is using the bathroom, like they're sitting on the commode?
Right.
Do you ever go in there?
I have. Corey does it way more to me than I do to him.
Okay.
I try not to, but sometimes it is what it is. But he does it to me more. Like it doesn't bother him in the least bit. In the least bit. So he's like, and I'm like, Corey, what are you doing? I'm going number 2. He's like, I don't care. Like
she said, now I'm vulnerable right now.
Right,
I'm exposed.
It's like it's halfway out. It's turtling right now. You just in here brushing your teeth, girl.
She said, it went back in, bitch. I was so close.
I can't with you right now.
I'm like, damn. But yeah, like he does not care. Like he'll like sit there with the door open when he's going number 2. Like, does not bother him. He doesn't think about it in the least bit.
Yeah.
In the least bit.
No, I appreciate that we have our own bathrooms because we don't. The only time I will go in the bathroom is if I'm leaving, because we always, give each other like a kiss, or we always say bye to each other when we leave. So that would be the only time I would go into his bathroom. Same thing, vice versa. Or because I have like the clippers and a lot of like the facial maintenance stuff in my bathroom. The grooming stuff, he'll come in my bathroom to get that and then to go right back up. Other than that, we ain't brushing teeth, we ain't lounging, we ain't having conversations. You got yours, I got mine over here. I love it.
What do you do? Because Duane, you only have one bathroom in the apartment, so what do you like? I gotta get in there.
Yeah. What is we gonna do? Like, it was the look for me. Can you pinch it off? Can you pinch it off? Damn, because I gotta go. But I mean, if like, if let's say, like Adam is using the bathroom or whatever, sometimes he doesn't always close the door, and because I'm usually on this whole wing of the apartment, so I'm never really back there. But sometimes I'll walk back there if I need something or whatever, and we'll have a little bit of a conversation. But then otherwise, he'll end up just closing the door.
So when you're going, do you mind him walking in?
I personally don't care that much. Like it doesn't bother me. I think the only thing that I just am private about is like, it's the wiping time. Like that part, like,
right.
That's private.
That's for me and me only. See, Corey wouldn't care at all. Corey would probably be like, let me see. Like, girl. Like, it does not bother him in the least. The least. And that's something I had to like get used to when we moved in together, because I was like, girl, like, come on. Like, because he was the first person I've ever like lived with, like, significant other. Like I've had roommates and shit like that. But like your significant other,
right?
I was like, hold on, everything. Where's the boundaries of this? Am I comfortable with this? And over time, it is what it is. Sometimes I'm like, girl, like, come on, because he'll like hang out there because he knows it bothers me a little bit. So he'll do it like to be funny.
And you on the toilet, so you can't do that. You can't even fight for yourself. You just sit there, draw out your ankles.
I'll be like those monkeys in the in the zoo. You better start going there, bitch.
I can't let you right now.
Honey, it's like, come on now, give me space, give me 50 feet. Man. But anyway, community, let us know. Like, maybe this was TMI. Maybe y'all like, damn, let me fast forward this conversation. Y'all talking about pooping too much right now, but it is what it is. It's the nature. Even your aunties have to use the bathroom.
That part. Gotta go right now.
I do feel like, and I don't know, and if this is again like going back to what we were talking about earlier, if this is like a U.S. kind of specific thing, like this notion of privacy, but like, at least in my experience, vast majority of people that I interact with that are not born in the U.S. or that are not born in the U.S. and live outside of the U.S. don't really have any kind of like hangups about, going to the bathroom and doing number two and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I guess this is just, you got to do it. It is what it is. You got to get it out you. So
I blame Danny Glover. Ever since he was on that toilet in what was that movie with him and an old boy where there was a bomb underneath the toilet. Danny Glover, not Mad
is that the one
Max.
you're talking about with Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson and him, and they're like, I'm too damn old for this shit. And like he's sitting on the toilet.
And he was only 41.
Right, girl.
that shit tripped me out when you said that. I was like, this nigga was only 41. Then I'm like, are kids literally looking at me like that nigga is 41 or 40? Like that's crazy to think, because I don't think I'd look that age, or I don't feel like I dress old or all that stuff, or at least what I think as old. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure them kids are like, what are those? You look old. Like it's so bizarre to think of.
I would probably say like the oldest young person. Now I just aged myself by using that phrase, but
right. the oldest young person. Okay.
I'm trying to think like, is 23 kind of like the cutoff of like, like the people that have no real concept of like age over 30, 35, or is it younger than that? Because it certainly isn't like 16, 17. Like it has to be like in those like early 20s, where like they still look at somebody at who's 40
as old,
or 38 or 35 as like old.
Girl, I'm going even higher than that. I feel like even when I was 26, 27, I still was not understanding like 35. Like
I remember
at 26 and 27?
Girl, yes.
Really?
I was like 26, 27, maybe 25, 26. My manager turned 40. And I remember thinking, oh my God, 40. And like we made everything like so old, and it's like we decorated his office and everything's like over the hill and this that. And now that I'm there, I would punch me in my motherfucking face. This little punk little 26-year-old called me old. Like, ho, I'll show you old. Like,
Right.
So it's just like the perception, or I think it changes, because even now it's just like you look at maybe someone that's like 60 or over 60 or something like that, and you're like, oh man. But I'm like, bitch, that's only 20 years. And I remember 20 years ago and how quick it went. So I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Come on now, live your life. Because it goes like that.
Yeah. Like I have some friends that are like 10, 14 years older than me. And I remember being like 26 and they were turning 40. And I was sending them like Depends and canes and walkers and shit like that. At 26. And now that like 40 is 4 years away from me, I'm like, bitch, I don't need any of those things. But damn,
honey,
how disrespectful. Like
disrespectful. I mean, you saw my brother, he's 33 and he sent me them damn Velcros. So I mean, it's some of it's just to be funny,
Yeah.
But the perception definitely changes as you age, because it's definitely a mindset. And and luckily we're blessed and to be able to upkeep ourselves, and we haven't had too many medical issues and things like that, because I think that definitely plays a part. Maybe your economic situations too, to be able to kind of proactively maintain health, and that way you don't feel your age at certain points in life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I also think part of that's
like me being able to not feel what I thought 40 would be.
And I also think part of it is how we as Black people age, though, too, which is a lot different.
That's true, too.
Right? Like, if your black is cracking, you done did something wrong, okay? Yeah. And you better go say a sorry, apologize, and ask for forgiveness.
No, by that point, it's
a rough life.
It's
right.
Over. That's the consequences.
Because it's not supposed to be happening like that before 50, right? No. So it's one of those things where, like, even I still sometimes, like, people be like, oh, how old are you? Like 29, 30? I'm like, thank you. Like, and you ain't trying to smash or nothing like that. That was just a genuine compliment. Like, thank you, No, but she's 36. We're going to be okay.
Right.
You know,
Like, I feel like I've always kind of looked older than my age. Like, I've always been said, "Oh, you're an old soul," blah blah blah. But now I think I'm finally at the age where people are starting to get shocked that I'm 40. Like, because before, I think I looked older than what I was, and then somewhere in the last few years, I either started looking my age, or starting people are surprised now that I'm 40. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Maybe I stay right here.
Maybe I was about to say you got something in your
I
beard. I was like, I'm not about to let you go this podcast on YouTube. Whatever that is in your beard.
I don't know what that was. A little peach fuzz or something. But all right, you know what? Let's take a quick little tea break, and we'll come back with Ask Yo Aunteas. Hey, community. A lot of you have asked how you can support Minority Report outside of the sharing and downloading and subscribing and leaving reviews. But you can also buy merch. Come on, baby.
I know that's right. And we have a whole lot of options, from clothing to pillows to tumblers and bags. And we continue to update all of our stuff with new styles, new colors, and new products. Jarrell, where can they get all that stuff at?
Well, they can get all that and then some at minorietyreport.com. They can find all the goodies, find out additional information about your aunties. And we also want to make sure that you share and tag us when you do buy merch, all right? So let us know if it's a hoodie, it's a tee, a long shirt, a towel, because we know you need those. But let us know.
Absolutely. And remember to wash your hands, your legs, and your ass. All righty, ladies. What time is it?
Ask your
Auntie! You know, what kind of choreography we thought we was doing, but
we got a little bounce. Cute. We got a little bounce. She been working on her chest, girl. She got a little bounce now.
That's a little break my soul, Beyonce titties.
Love.
I'm like, yes, come on, titties. Them titties were tittying. All right, you have it, Dewan?
I got her. Hey, aunties. I'm head over heels for a guy who comes from a very different cultural background than mine. It's the first time I felt this way about anyone, and while it's incredibly exciting, it's also a bit daunting. We're learning so much about each other, but I'm anxious about the potential challenges that are ahead, especially when it comes to our families and the cultural nuances that shape our perspectives. How can I ensure that we build a strong foundation that respects both of our backgrounds?
Girl, let's up and look at it.
There's a lot. I don't even know where to begin, because I'll just speak from personal experience, because honestly, this is my lived experience dating and being with someone who's literally from a different culture, a different country, right? Yeah. So grew up completely different. That's our number one hurdle in everything that we do, just because how we see the world is just slightly different because of our lived experiences. And the fact that we live so much of our lives in those different type of lived experiences, when it comes to communicating, my approach or how I might see something might not be his default. So before I speak, as far as my perspective, I have to make sure that I explain it in a way that he can understand it from the way that he grew up, right? Yeah. And to some people that might seem like like extra work, but at the end of the day, that is just it's a must that must happen in order for us to have effective and positive communication. There is no getting around it. So part of it is just accepting that there will be those nuances that the other person will simply not get. And you cannot get mad at that person from not understanding your lived experience. You just can't. Yeah. You can't. Yeah. You can be frustrated because it adds an extra layer of work to do. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to deal with it because that's what's going to be there. And over time, you will start to see each other in different, you start to pick up on some of those things, and you can start reading your partner and saying, okay, I know how this person is thinking in the past, so I know what to expect going in the future. But right out the gate, baby, expect for there to be a lot of miscommunication. A lot. But just know that that's a norm in situations like this.
Yeah. No, I think you nailed it on that. Just because I mean, unless you want to date yourself, it's gonna be with anyone that you kind of date, you know. So it's just like, yes, some might be more cultural differences than others, but I think that's some of the fun in a relationship too, learning and experiencing something that maybe you didn't go through. Because like with Corey, there's so much just like Middle Eastern stuff and culture and language and food and things that I just didn't even know existed. To be frank, you know, there was an ignorance there, I guess, maybe, or a naivety. Is that the word?
Naivete.
Sure, yeah. Uh-huh.
You know, there that now 12 years in, that I'm like, oh, and there's still stuff that I'm learning and going through, especially because we have an age difference as well. So even just like the time he grew up was completely different than the time I grew up, and especially within gay culture and what he had to go through to kind of come out, and then what I had to go through to come out, and things like that. But I think as long as you kind of go into it with respect and knowing that you're gonna have to overly communicate, and it's not gonna just be one time; it's gonna be 100 billion times. That's just part of a relationship, and enjoy it. You know, and cross that bridge when you cross it. Don't try to put so much on your plate already that you're like, oh, it's gonna be daunting, and if this happens, and then what if this happens? Because then you're not gonna enjoy the ride. You're not gonna enjoy the journey. You're not gonna be present. You're constantly thinking, what if? And you know, and if you think you can't overcome that, don't take this human being down that journey. Don't make them like upset and just because you couldn't get over your damn self. So don't do that. So if you know it's gonna be too challenging for you, sit this one out. Even though you like them, don't do that to the other person because it's not fair.
1,000%.
Like Jarrell was saying, because it's just like because their lived experience was completely different than yours doesn't make it right, wrong, or indifferent. So yeah. Cross that bridge when you cross it, girl.
Yeah, but there has to be a level of respect, though. I do also want to add that, right? Like, although there's going to be a difference, there has to be room for both lived experiences. Yes. And if there's not that, that is not going to be a recipe for success, right?
Yeah,
I agree.
I think there's something really exciting about cross-cultural relationships, and you know, we all have had and are currently having experiences with interracial dating, and that's one aspect. But cross-cultural relationships are just, there is a level of excitement and intrigue and mystery and discovery and all these other kinds of ease that exist in those kinds of relationships that can really enrich your life. And regardless of however long the relationship lasts, those are things that you take with you on your journey and you can build upon. And I think, you know, like kind of more to the question of, you know, what can I do to ensure there's a strong foundation? You know, I think it's just acknowledging that you need to be, it's in your both best interest to be open and curious. And I think curiosity, asking questions, um, doing your own research about culture and customs and things of that nature shows a level of relationship maturity with which you're approaching the potential of this relationship. I mean, again, granted, this is kind of like new and burgeoning love that you all are experiencing, which I applaud the acknowledgement that there are some cultural differences that need to be that will be a part of this union. But I think also the notion of leaning more into like this is like daunting. Um, I would just challenge you to think differently. Um, there are going to be challenges, undoubtedly, just like there are challenges in every single kind of relationship that exists out there. And those challenges require some level of understanding, of grace, of compromise, of acquiescing, you know, of giving in. They all require some level of that. And I think that if you can change the mindset to be more of a to be more culturally curious, I think it will help you to navigate some of those nuances a little bit more successfully, and invite that other person into your journey. And I think this could be a really lovely conversation on one of your dates, you know, when you talk about like, you know, so how would, you know, how does, you know, dating cross culturally, how has that worked for you in the past? And what were some of the things that you've learned? And, you know, how have you meaning you ask the other person and use this as a dialogue for your own learning. How have you navigated those waters with other people that you've dated, and what have been some of the challenge areas, and are there aspects of your cultural or heritage background that that most people are unfamiliar with, and what can I do to learn more about these aspects of you as I'm learning who you are. Like that could be a really powerful exchange that can happen over many different dates and many different experiences and all that kind of fun stuff. So my advice would be to really just be culturally curious. Don't expect them to be your teacher by all stretch of the measure, but invite them into your journey, and acknowledging the fact that you may be starting from point zero. Let's say that you are a Black person from Tennessee. We don't know what the race and ethnicity of these individuals are, but let's say you're a Black person from Tennessee and you're dating somebody that's a Southeast Asian, right? There are so many lived experiences that both will have had, depending on how you grew up and where you grew up and what culture you're part of. It could be really exciting to dive into areas and find your piece of identity through the potential of your partner in a long-term relationship circumstance. So be curious.
I also though have a little bit of a warning though, in the sense of respect the boundary though of how much you submerge yourself into that culture, because not everything is for you, right? Like there's one thing to understand your partner and how their culture affects who they are, but it's another thing to then
appropriate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because your
Becky
partner
with the braids when
doesn't,
you go to Jamaica.
your person doesn't, whoever you're dating doesn't represent the whole culture, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's also very important that you also ask your partner to do a little bit of that leading though, right? Because you also want to respect that culture and also make sure that you aren't just going out here finding boo boo caca shit that ain't actually real. Because that's the thing about the internet. Some things will tell you stuff that ain't true, but the best way to learn, and this is just me personally, is by going with my partner to Albanian events, right? Or having him talk to me in Albanian, or having him, make Albanian dishes and stuff like that, versus trying to go out there and find this restaurant that says they make something that's Balkan, but it's Serbian. That's not Albanian. You get what I'm saying? So like you also have to make sure
do that.
Right. So but that's that's the thing though. So you have to also make sure that you also are making sure that your partner is also helping you with the education though as well too. So that way you're truly getting it correctly from an authentic source, and also being genuine with your intention on learning. Because I'm also tell you this too, I'm not out here also teaching somebody so you can go and be like, okay, I've been with a Black person, now I know everything about dating someone Black.
That's a word, but it's cool though. Like that you recognize this in yourself, that you feel like it might be daunting. Mm-hmm. It's also awesome that this is your first time you felt like this way with another person. So I wouldn't run so instantly, because it can't be overwhelming. That first feeling, like, oh no. But you know what? Give each other a little element of grace, because you're gonna fuck up. They're gonna fuck up. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. That's life. Like, we ain't perfect. Learn from it, but I might fuck up 23 times. It is what it is, as long as I'm learning, and that wasn't the intent, is to intentionally fuck it up for the other person. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't run just because it's daunting. Mm-hmm. So I think if you feel this and they feel the same way about you, that's awesome. That's half the damn battle.
Right. I remember I was like 20, I think it was like 25 or 26. Is that right? Yeah, 25 or 26. And I was dating someone that lived in Montreal, a true Quebecois. And that was the first time that I realized that, and again, this was like, because because I'm old, so that was back in the day, you know, back in the 1900s.
right.
Like that was in the early stages of the internet. I'm serious. This is, you know, like horse and buggy
He said
time.
this is AOL
Right,
chat
we
room,
just-
not
She
even
was an
MapQuest
aim.
yet.
Use an aim, okay?
We had to
Period.
crank the computer to get shit
Honey,
working.
it's the damn word, literally.
But I remember, you know, dating somebody that was not from. It was interracial relationship, so the person was white, but they were Quebecois, so they were French Canadian. Weren't even Canadian; they were French Canadian,
Yeah.
which is a whole other
Which is a
thing.
whole nother
And
thing.
that for me completely changed my worldview, because from my perspective, you know, I watched television, I was immersed in American culture. I knew that there were other cultures that existed out there, but I didn't really realize that people even thought differently. Like the way that the brain is trained to work, you know, based on the language that you speak, or the culture that you're in, or the traditions that are common for that particular area that you live in. It didn't dawn on me. I knew that, you know, if you were from China or whatever, that you had Chinese, you know, traditions, but I didn't realize that even the way that you think is different. So like that was a huge eye opener for me in terms of like my worldview and getting outside of like my little bubble of existence. And that's why I said, like, for you know, this question, I appreciate it so much, because this is an opportunity for you to be really, really curious and expand your own horizons around not who you are, but your understanding of the world around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And this is a normal thing too. I also do want to point out that there are so many people who are so used to dating with inside their culture that, you know, that there's a little bit of fear of dating outside. Like, I was just talking with some of my cousins on Facebook literally this past weekend about, you know, some of them being like, "Oh, I just know that my husband isn't black," and another person's like, "I know my husband's white." Never dated one, but I've known this for a long time, but I keep dating still black men and not getting success, right? But scared to date outside of the race. So I just want people to know that that is also a normal fear for a lot of people to have. Some people aren't just natural curious to want to go and date outside the race, and that's okay as well too. But I'm along the lines with Krell. I think that's part of the joys of dating someone in a different culture from a different background is that, and to Dewan's point, some of those just easier, natural conversations to have because there's so much unknown, right? And you don't have to worry about things like dead air or dead space and stuff like that because there is always something to learn, especially if they speak another language. Bitch, you definitely. You always got
like,
something to learn.
Speaking to my ear. Ooh.
Hey, you got a whole new world of porn, of movies, of television shows, music, books, entertainment, foods. Like, there is a whole other world to explore, you know, through the eyes of your partner, and you get to there's the opportunity to do that together, which is really kind of beautiful. So, I wish.
But I also got to lie though too. And I said this on the podcast before, and it's the last time, you know, Karel, what happened last time I sent this comment. I also understand wanting to date inside your race though too. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially because of just some of the just easy to get moments, right? Of like, I don't have
shared
to
experiences.
Yeah, the shared experiences. I don't have to go that extra mile, that extra step to explain something as a black person, right? Yeah. And that speaks to, that has its own positive in a relationship, dating inside your own culture and inside your own race. But just know that to every coin, there's two sides. So don't be afraid to flip it.
Yeah, more ways than one.
Flip it and reverse it.
Learn them sex words in his language first.
Yeah, speak that language in my ear,
touch
boo.
It. Rub
Speak
it.
that language in my
Squeeze
ear.
It.
I don't know
what
now
over here playing pop it. This bitch over here playing pop it, bitch.
Twist it. Turn it.
Pull it. Flick it.
Do a whole lot of pulling and flicking. But community, if there's anything we missed, any advice that you would provide, let us know. Put them in the comments and things like that. And continue to send your Ask Yo Aunteas to aya@minorityareport.com. Hit us up on the T line at 844-832-5463. Or DM us. That's where a lot of you guys kind of do more than anything is DM us. But yeah, you have several options to send us some Ask Yo Aunteas. This was a newer one, but continue to send them in because we still need some new ones. That's why we don't do it as often now, because you guys have like oh, I already sent in 1 or 2 over the years. Well, send us 2, 3, 4 more over the years. Come on now, boo. Hey, there's no limit to how many you can send in. But you know what? I am going to go lay down.
I know that's right.
We're going to cut this episode a little shorter, but was there anything else on your hearts and minds before we get up out of here?
Nah, baby, I just hope you feel better soon.
I appreciate it.
And we said it was going to be a shorter episode. We still went an hour. So
it happens every damn time.
And look, we talked about poop for a good half of that.
Girl.
Rightfully so, though. Keep up on that fiber.
Yeah.
Eat your vegetables. Have good
wash
bowel
your hands. Wash your legs.
And actually, if you're of a certain age, you should go get your checkup too. Like that's one thing for sure, especially within Black and brown communities.
Yep.
The cancer rate of colon of the colon is wild because we're with the fear of going in, or even your prostate and things like that. Go get the doctor checkup. You got that insurance for a reason. Go get it. Yes, I know insurance, it gets money and all that. I get it. It gets tough. It's crazy out here. But it's going to get tougher and more money if it's too far along. So do that due diligence, even though, we're kikiing about pooping and all that stuff. But if you notice something in your bowels ain't looking right, go to the doctor, go to the urgent care, go to the ER, whatever you need to do to make sure you stay healthy as much as you can, so you don't crack like you.
And we ain't talking about going to WebMD. We mean literally go see a doctor.
Yes,
because WebMD will have you scared for your life,
bitch. Okay, what you mean? What you mean? My booty hole fell out? Huh?
Right? It's prolapsed.
What?
I prolapsed. Oh damn! Maybe I shouldn't got fisted. But anyway, wash your hands, your legs, and your ass. See y'all just like that in there. And see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye, y'all.